AHHAS. Learn more right after this.
Your life is filled with opportunities to show the world you can take charge. It's waking up each day with a mission. It's working each day toward a goal. It's choosing to rise. It's charging forward with a purpose. It's changing the course of your life and taking charge of your future. If you're ready to be a Take Charger, enroll at Georgia Highlands College today.
Welcome to Community Watch. Greg, how are you?
I am excited.
Well, I am too. We are talking about, it's a bigger thing than it sounds like. But we're talking about a special organization that offers classes in a variety of arts and crafts. And our guest will be out in a little bit is Winnie Morrow, who is instrumental in the existence of this program. But, and we've done a show on in the past, but it's been a little while. Mm-hmm. But I think some of the skills and arts that are offered and taught through this program, the Alton Holman's Heritage Arts program, are things that a lot of people don't know how to do anymore. I mean, there might have been a time when more people did, but now you don't find so many.
You know, it's funny. I'm not a big TV watcher. In fact, if it's whatever I watch is pre-recorded, then we don't have to go through commercials. But one show I love, or channels I love, is, you know, Science Channel, and I love the channels where they always working, like how it's made. But they got this one show, Forged in Fire, where they make these knives. And I'm like, I want to take a blacksmith class. I would love to do that. And I think you're absolutely right. I think a lot of skills, a lot of us people just no longer participate in those, and those skills could easily be lost.
Yeah.
And so I'm glad that someone is preserving some of those things, because I do think there's a lot of people that may not even know how to access it.
You know, and that reminds me, I mean, you're like one of these people. You're like a craft guy.
I like working with my
you make
hands.
stuff.
I try, yeah.
No, you do a good job. You could teach a class. It just suddenly occurred to me. We're going to talk about this. We're going to talk about this.
Oh, you got me.
Well, we're going to be focusing on some of these skills and courses that are available to you to learn as well. So our guest, Winnie Morrow, will be out with us after this. Do not go away.
Eva Marie smoked 12,000 packs of cigarettes over 15 years. She quit, and now there's a new lung cancer screening that could save her life. You stopped smoking. Now start screening. No matter how much you smoked, early detection could save you. Talk to your doctor or learn more at savedbythescan.org.
Welcome back to Community Watch. We are very pleased to have Winnie Morrow back with us again. It's been a little while, but it's great to see you.
Nice to see you too.
So tell us a little bit about the history of the, I want to get the name right, the Alton Holman Heritage Arts. I don't know if they call it a program.
It's incorporated.
Incorporated.
Yeah, corporation, I guess you'd call it.
Okay. Well, tell us a little bit about how this got started.
We've been going 18 years.
Really?
And we started in December of 2000 with sampler classes where we taught various heritage arts and three-legged stools, and we had paper mache and basketry and rug making, that sort of thing. And we just kept going from there because we had started taking our children to John C. Campbell in North Carolina, and they had to cut out their programs, so we didn't want to stop, and we started our own organization. So we've been going 18 years.
Now, I imagine that there have been some changes over that length of time, but has it always been offering classes format?
It's offering workshops, actually.
Okay.
Because you can't learn what we do in a one-day class, really. You can make a basket, but you really get into basketry with a 3-day workshop session so that you can teach various different skills. The kids can learn 2 at least in a 3-day workshop. We only allow 10 in a class because it's too hard with too many in a class. And we use instructors who are practicing artisans, and they are excellent in their craft.
Well, I run through some of the things you've had workshops. What areas you've had workshops in over the years?
We do woodworking and wood carving.
You gotta do like the lathe woodworking where you...
We would love to, but we don't have a place to do that. You can learn that at other places, though. We do a lot of the fabric arts. We do crochet, excuse me, knitting, and sewing, quilting, and embroidery, that sort of thing. We do a lot of building, all kinds of things. We actually fit with the STEM programs in the schools, and we were going before that started.
Oh, wow.
So we can help carry on those programs from every school. Schools come to us. We have to rent a place because we don't have our own, but if we have a big group, then we rent a big place, and that works out very well.
Well, I see you've brought with you some examples.
I have.
So tell us a little bit about what you've brought to give us an idea of the workshops that they grew out of.
The camps that we do in the summer, we've done camps every year. And this year we're doing Heritage Arts Camp, and we're teaching calligraphy and crochet and copper wire craft and leather craft. That would be 4 things that they can choose from, and this is intergenerational. The camp is June 18 to 20, and it's for ages 10 and up.
Oh, wow.
So people can come with their children. If they come with a child, like a parent child or grandparent child, they get a discount. And we're going to be at 538 Broad Street, the Seven Hills building this year for the camp.
Well,
we're mobile.
That's that's great. All right, so calligraphy is a thing that I'm interested in.
That's what we're teaching.
That's something I'd like to.
We have one confirmed calligrapher who's coming. She's from Rome, and the other one we hope is coming is from Chatsworth. And if he's able to do it, then we'll have somebody who teaches a wide variety of calligraphy, even Chinese verse painting. He's done that too. So.
Now, you know what's interesting about that is that Bill Gates said, not Bill Gates, Apple guy, Steve Jobs had dropped out of college, but he still went, he said he dropped into calligraphy classes. He would go and still go to these classes even though he had dropped out of college. So when it came time to develop the iPhone and the iPod and all of that, all of those fonts was something he learned because of going through calligraphy classes. And so you just never know
No, you don't.
Yeah, but he had dropped out of school, but it was something interesting. He said he'd seen all these signs on campus that was done in all this different handwriting, and it was calligraphy. So he was interested. So he was even going to this class, even though he wasn't registered. And years later, he said that's what helped him with the fonts and knowing different fonts when he came up with the whole I generation.
Well, this is one of his, but you can do this by hand, and that by hand is what we'll be teaching this summer. The pens is pen and ink. You dip the pens, or you can use the ones that are already and have the ink in them. But it's just a few things that help you learn what you're supposed to do and how to hold the pens and that sort of thing. And it really takes a little bit of practice to be able to do it.
I was going to say, just looking at that, to do that by hand looks like it would take a lot of discipline, which you would have to really hone and practice to become really good at.
It takes a steady hand.
Yeah.
My lettering teacher told me that mine were well formed, but he didn't know why they were wiggly on the side. It's because I fell on my head when I was 13.
So you couldn't.
But it's not hard. It's just simply a matter of knowing the discipline and how you're supposed to do.
Well, what else have you got here?
We are doing crochet, and what we'll do is simple crochet, where you just make a flat piece, and it's a repetitive thing, but it doesn't take a long time. But then our crochet teacher knows how to make little animals with the flat piece, so that you get the practice. You learn how to do whatever's the crochet, and this one's done by a student. You can tell. I'm not knocking it because I was the student, but this is.
I can't.
Looks pretty great to me.
I can't too.
But you'll get to use a lot of different color yarns, and once you have mastered the larger yarn, you can also do the tiny yarn. And she makes all kind of little animals with the crochet by just, well, she knows how to do it without making a flat piece, but that's just one thing that we're having this. And then we have the wire craft, the copper wire craft. I happen to be wearing a
I was going to ask that. Was that a piece?
It's copper wire, but this is a little more advanced. But once you learn how to do the wire, you can do whatever. It's just, and again, it's just a matter of learning the process and what tools to use. Now this is more like what they will make. It's a very nicely done piece of wire with stone, and they'll take home, everybody will take home whatever they make. Yes. This was done by a lady in Cave Spring, and she's going to be assisting because she thinks she's not advanced enough to teach. And then we do the leather craft also. The lady who's coming to teach the leather craft did not make this. This was done by a student. And the lady who's coming, Melody Dawkins, works with Tandy Leather in Atlanta, and she has an apprentice, and they're going to be doing some right professional type things. And we hope, she talked about doing some type of journal cover so that the calligraphy and the journal cover could go together if anybody wanted to do that. So I think that's the only 4 we're doing this summer. Now Alto Park is coming in May, and they're going to do 9 different workshops. They're doing the wood carving and the woodworking, and we have done those the last 3 summer camps, so we're not doing that this year.
Well, so during the summer camp, you've got these 4 different workshops going, is that right?
Right.
And
you have to be at least 10.
you have to be at least 10. But you can be...
You can be 99.
Okay. So I might possibly...
We did an intergenerational workshop where we had 2 ladies in their 90s. The youngest person in the workshop, the 4 workshops, was 10, and they were in their 90s, and it was wonderful fun.
I can imagine.
They just had a great time.
Well, we're coming up on a break. When we come back, we're going to talk a great deal more about the Alton Holman Heritage Arts, Inc. Summer Camp Workshops. So stay with us. We'll be right back after this.
It's called Heritage Arts.
You're not sitting here.
Yes, I am.
Move! Give it to him hard!
No, 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 now.
Every day, kids witness bullying.
Why you stab me with it? No.
They want to help,
Ow.
but don't know how.
Oh, you got...
Teach your kids how to be more than a bystander. Visit stopbullying.gov.
Welcome back to Community Watch. We're talking with Winnie Morrow about the Heritage Arts Camp, which is part of the AHHAS, Alton Holman Heritage Arts, Inc. 4 workshops in the Summer Arts Camp, Heritage Arts Camp, and they are calligraphy,
Crochet, copper wire,
copper wire, and leather work. Now you brought a bench too, I see. So that was from
this is something that Alto Park will probably get to make. They're coming in May, and Cave Spring Elementary is coming in May. These are 5th graders. We really like to target that age group, and they always do well, always.
So what are the dates for the Heritage Arts Camp?
June 18 to 20, and they are being held in the Seven Hills building on Broad Street, 538 Broad Street, close to the DeSoto Theater. And ages 10 and up can come. You can go online and register. Applications are online, and it's ahhas.org. You can also pay online. We're working out more ways to do that. Or you can call me, or call the number that's on the website and get more information.
Now, I see y'all are incorporated, or now, are y'all a 501c3 or?
We are.
Okay.
We are a 501c3, and we've had the community generously support us in the past, and I hope they'll do that this year too.
And what are the times of the Heritage Arts Summer Camp? The actual time?
9 to 4.
Oh, so it's all day.
Yes, it's a 3-day, all-day day camp. And we're there early if anybody needs to drop off kids. We also have a morning song and a noon song where they get extra stuff outside of their classes, some performances or music or dance or storytelling, something that goes with our heritage arts. And we have activities early in the morning when they get there. So it's a pretty organized day.
So a full camp is 40 students then?
Right.
Okay.
And folks would need to commit for 3 full days.
It's best, right. We really can't take just people for just one day because you cannot finish anything. You can see what we're doing, but you can't finish. And it's much better to come for 3 full days. If you pay by June 1st, it's $135 per student, and if you pay after that, it's $150. Of course, if you come with a child, there's a discount.
And what is that?
Well, it's $25 off of
So
2 people, which would be
$245? No, you said 25.
No, it's a math problem now. Be careful.
$275. If it's $150 per person. If you wait till after June 1st.
I'm looking at that June 1st number.
Oh,
135.
yeah, getting there before June 1st is a good idea. 135 and 135 is $270, so it's $25 off of that. It's $245.
So the idea that we were talking about at the very beginning of the show, that many of these arts are not being practiced or learned very much anymore. Is that something you find true?
That's the reason, one of the reasons we started this. people are not doing these things anymore. It used to be that these kinds of arts were necessary. That was keeping the world going. But now they're kind of unusual, and people who practice them are very, very good if they're selling their work. And people are buying them because they are heritage arts. They are what America was built on.
I remember my aunt, excuse me, I guess it's macrame or something, but I remember growing up, she was into that. And so everybody in our family got a lot of stuff. Because, I mean, that's what she was, when she came home from work, she didn't have any children, and she just made stuff. And so everybody got something. I mean, it was always somebody got a gift or something, because she was just, after work, that's what she did. And she had a lot of great stuff that every once in a while when I'm going around flea markets and stuff, I see things, and it just kind of takes me back to that. But she would spend hours and days, you know, but it was very fulfilling to her.
We have taught macrame also. That is French sailor's knots. That's where it came from.
Who knew?
Well, I used to teach it before I retired, and I would tell the little boys especially that these were sailor's knots, because if you said macrame, and at that time it was very popular, and a lot of ladies were doing it, they didn't want to do it, so it was sailor's knots.
Sailor knots.
I'm giving away secrets now.
Well, is it difficult to find instructors who know the crafts themselves well enough to teach them?
Sometimes, but not often. If you have people who are not used to working with kids, then they're a little skittish about teaching something that has sharp knives, for instance. But if they are really good at their craft and they like children and they want to pass it along, no, it's not hard to find them. We require different things now for instructors due to things that happen in the world, but we are blessed to be able to find plenty of instructors, and if you can't find one thing, you can find something else. I usually ask the schools to give me a list of the things. I mean, I give them a list of what we can offer, and they give me a list back of what they have chosen, and the children usually choose it. And then I ask for alternates, because sometimes you can't find somebody depending on how much time you have. I travel around and look and watch people. I go to shows and people are presenting their work, and I'll say, have you ever thought about teaching this? and it's a lot of fun to find people. It's very rewarding, as a matter of fact.
I was thinking that. I remember I was talking to a gentleman in a business owner here in Rome, and he does something that I think is kind of, a lot of young people could be doing it. He was just like, man, I just don't want to be bothered with kids. And it was like, almost like, can you in the field, it's almost like a dying art. But yet you don't want to be bothered with kids, which is, some people don't. They're just not good with kids. And I'm glad he knew that. And I was just thinking, wow, you know, I just hate the fact, because once he passes on, I mean, it's just like one less person in our area who could train other people to do that. And so you're right. Finding someone who's a master at what they do, but then enjoy working with kids is something altogether different.
Right, if they're willing to share. But usually if they're very, very good, they are willing to share. They see the value on it. And the children, once they have done this, they think they have learned something entirely new. Oh, we learned all this new stuff, and it's by hand. We don't use any power tools. And the place where they're going to be this time, the campus where the students are going, the school groups are coming, was all made by hand, all the buildings, except the last one. And so they can see the difference.
Well, have you had former students at the arts camp, whatever age, that have learned one of these skills and continue with it?
Yes, definitely. We have 2 who have come back and taught for us. Yes, the Barkwell girls. Their mother is teaching the not the calligraphy but the crochet, and she raised them doing all kinds of crafts. That family is very crafty. They both the girls have taught Pozenki for us, which is Ukrainian-style egg decoration. And they learned it from the instructor that we hired from Colorado, and he's no longer able to come, so we're glad that they learned it. And they do beautiful work of their own, just beautiful work.
I think actually, I know one time y'all I think y'all brought that. You brought the eggs and.
I did.
Yeah.
I brought one egg today because they break very easily.
Well, don't let us handle it.
Well,
Yeah. But I am so excited about this because I really do, as an educator. And I love technology. I think I'm, my degree is in instructional technology. I love technology. But I do think there's something about working with your hands and creating art that is irreplaceable. That you just
absolutely.
need. It's something that you can do yourself.
Yes.
You don't always need external gratification. Sometimes you can create that yourself by something you create. And that's why I like making things. It's for me. The things I make or I try to make is for me, and I get satisfaction from a finished product that I made.
Well, that's fantastic.
So I'm glad that y'all are doing this, because I think more kids need to have the opportunity to learn more about crafts.
Yes, they do. And what you're saying is part and parcel of why, one of the reasons that we are in business. We are nonprofit, but it is a business too.
Oh yeah. I tell people all the time, not to cut you off, nonprofit may not be in it for the money, but it does require money.
Oh, it does. It definitely does. But it's back to what you were saying about the technology. This is basic technology.
Yeah.
And when children come or anybody comes and works with us and works with their hands, as you're saying, they begin to understand the three-dimensional part of what you see on the little boxes in people's hands.
Yeah.
Because it's not flat, and they understand how it's put together. And so then you build on that, and that is your technology, the basis of all the technology.
Yeah. And we're coming up on a break pretty soon, and we'll give that information again about registering for the summer arts. But you do occasionally have classes other times of the year as well.
Yes, we do. We work with Fairview Association. They're trying to get their first grade building restored, and they are doing really well. We talk about putting laughter back on the hill with the children's laughter, and that's we're able to provide the arts in STEAM. That they want to be a resource center for schools, and we'll be able to be part of that. And
that's great.
It's wonderful.
That's great. We need to take a break. Got more left. Don't go away. We'll be right back.
Eva Marie smoked 12,000 packs of cigarettes over 15 years. She quit, and now there's a new lung cancer screening that could save her life. You stopped smoking. Now start screening. No matter how much you smoked, early detection could save you. Talk to your doctor or learn more at savedbythescan.org.
Welcome back to Community Watch. We've been talking with Winnie Morrow about the Heritage Arts Camp that the AHHAS group is putting on June 18th through 20th. There'll be 4 3-day workshops, leathercraft, calligraphy, crochet, and
copper
wirecraft. And you can register for these at ahhas.org, AHHAS.org. That's right, isn't
Right.
it? Thank you for being with us.
Thank you.
Thank you for being with us, and we'll see you next time on Community Watch.